Hello, everyone, and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Devastated Savannah Chrisley had party planned for Julie's homecoming. Savannah Chrisley is devastated after she had a welcome home party planned for her mother, Julie Chrisley. It seems that she thought she was going to get out of prison. However, that was not the case. This is a difficult time for their family. Savannah has made it clear that she will not stop fighting for her parents' freedom. Keep reading to find out more about this. Todd and Julie Chrisley in prison. Todd and Julie Chrisley are currently in federal prison. This is for tax evasion and fraud. Fans were shocked to hear this when it happened. However, their family has been fighting for their freedom since the day they were arrested. Julie Chrisley got a resentencing hearing. This was due to them having insufficient evidence. However, the hearing did not go as they had hoped. She was sentenced to the same amount of time. Her family was hoping that their mother would get released early. Unfortunately, that was not going to happen. Savannah Chrisley is devastated after her mother's hearing. Unfortunately, Savannah had planned a party for her mother. Savannah's family wants her to tone down a bit when it comes to publicly speaking about the case. However, that is not going to happen. She will continue to fight for her parents' freedom. It seems that her family thinks she is doing too much publicly with this case. However, Savannah has made it clear that she is going to be transparent with her fans. Even though her family told her to cool down, fans do not see her listening anytime soon. However, Savannah was devastated after she planned this party for her mother, and it did not work out. What did you think about Julie's resentencing? For Savannah Chrisley, hope has always been the one thing she's clung to, even when reality keeps breaking her heart. In the weeks leading up to what she thought would be her mother's long-awaited return home, Savannah had been busy planning something beautiful. A surprise homecoming party for Julie Chrisley, a celebration of strength, survival, and family unity after months of separation. But as fate would have it, that moment never came. Instead, the joy Savannah had been holding on to turned into heartbreak when news arrived that Julie wouldn't be released after all. It wasn't just a party. It was supposed to be a rebirth, a moment that marked the end of an agonizing chapter for the Chrisleys. Savannah had gone all out, determined to give her mom something perfect after so much pain. Friends say she booked a private space at one of Julie's favorite Nashville restaurants, ordered her favorite flowers, white peonies and pale pink roses, and even commissioned a custom cake that read, "Welcome home, Mom." We never stopped believing. Savannah's heart was full of anticipation as she worked on every detail. She wanted her mom to feel cherished, to know that no matter what the world said, her family still believed in her innocence and strength. The party would have been small but intimate, just close family, friends, and maybe a few familiar faces from Chrisley Knows Best. Todd, of course, couldn't be there, but Savannah hoped she could record a video message from him to play at the celebration. However, that dream shattered abruptly when Savannah got the call she'd been dreading. The release date had been pushed back indefinitely. Julie wasn't coming home. The young reality star was reportedly inconsolable. Sources close to the family said Savannah locked herself in her room for hours, refusing to speak to anyone. She had been counting down the days, literally marking them off on her calendar. Every morning, she'd send Julie a hopeful message, promising her that freedom was near. Now, all that excitement turned into silent despair. She was absolutely devastated, one insider revealed. She had every detail planned down to what Julie would wear, what music would play, even which photo slideshow would run on the screen during dinner. When she found out her mom wasn't coming home, it was like someone ripped the rug out from under her. The Chrisley family has endured public humiliation, separation, and legal chaos since Todd and Julie began their prison sentences. But for Savannah, the emotional weight of playing caretaker, sister, and advocate has been crushing. She's raised her younger siblings, Grayson and Chloe, while juggling media appearances, podcasts, and her own grief. This party had been her light at the end of the tunnel, her way of saying, "We made it through." Instead, she found herself staring at unused decorations and invitations she never sent out. The restaurant, which had agreed to host the private gathering, reportedly told her not to worry about deposits. But Savannah didn't care about money. She cared about her mother's absence. She had envisioned Julie walking in, hugging everyone, crying tears of joy, another source said. Savannah even had a video montage ready, clips from old family episodes, behind-the-scenes moments, and little videos the kids made for Julie. Now, all that's just sitting on her laptop, waiting for a day that feels further and further away. Julie Chrisley's situation has been particularly hard on her daughter because of how close they've always been. Savannah often described her mother as her best friend, the calm in the storm. During interviews, she's spoken about how much she misses hearing Julie's advice, her laughter, and her warmth around the house. To fill that void, Savannah has thrown herself into projects and family duties, but the emotional strain is visible. Fans who follow her podcast, Unlocked with Savannah Chrisley, have noticed moments where her voice cracks when she talks about her parents. She's tried to stay strong for her siblings, often reminding them to hold on to faith, yet even faith can feel heavy when disappointments keep coming. After the failed homecoming plan, Savannah reportedly made a quiet visit to a nearby chapel. A family friend said she lit a candle and sat in silence for over an hour, tears streaming down her face. She just wanted to talk to God, to understand why this keeps happening, the source shared. She had been praying so hard for her mom's return. It wasn't just about having her back physically, it was about believing that good people get second chances. Even in her heartbreak, Savannah hasn't lost her resilience. Within days of the devastating news, she was back to taking care of Chloe's school routine and checking in on Grayson. The strength she channels comes from the very woman she misses most, Julie herself. Julie once told her daughter in a letter, "Even when you're hurting, keep standing tall. God's not done with our story yet." Those words, Savannah later shared on social media, have become her anchor. "Some days, I feel like I'm breaking," she wrote, "but then I remember what Mom would say, to never let pain define us." Fans have flooded Savannah's social media with messages of support. Many reminded her that one day, that celebration will happen. Maybe not when she hoped, but when the time is right. "That party isn't canceled," one fan commented. "It's just postponed. When Julie walks out of those gates, it's going to be the most beautiful reunion ever." Savannah has reportedly kept all the decorations boxed up, a silent promise that she hasn't given up. The custom cake design remains saved in her phone, the flower arrangements bookmarked, and the playlist untouched. Songs like Home by Philip Phillips and I'll Be There by Jess Glynn sit in a queue, waiting for that long-awaited day when joy finally outweighs sorrow. For now, the young Chrisley woman continues to push forward, though the weight of what could have been lingers in every quiet moment. The party that never happened has become a symbol, not of failure, but of faith deferred. As Savannah said in a recent emotional podcast episode, sometimes life doesn't give you the ending you expect. But that doesn't mean it's over. Maybe it's just on pause until God says it's time. And when that time comes, when Julie Chrisley finally walks free and back into her daughter's arms, the celebration will be all the sweeter, a testament to love that refused to break, even when everything else did.